So Mason, congratulations, a 3-year professional contract. How does it feel? And tell us, I suppose, how the last couple of days have gone and how it actually felt signing today.
Yeah, it feels amazing, like, to be officially signed for the club. Looking forward to it. As you said, 3 years. I made that commitment to sign for this club and looking really happy. Looking forward.
Talk us through how your time at the club has gone so far since you joined us from Bray to the under-15s in January of last year, 2022.
It's been really good. Obviously, coming in when I was 15, joined up with the 15s and shot on from there really. As soon as I came into the club, I felt this was the place I wanted to be and I knew I could progress. And obviously progressed through to the 17s and 19s, and then I was up into the senior team, and everything's just been amazing since then.
Obviously thrilled, yeah, it's fantastic news for the club and for Mason to get his first professional contract and commit his future to the club for the next 3 years. And I think it's brilliant for the fans. You know, I think they've seen this year glimpses of what he can do, and I think he's going to be a player that everyone will be very much looking forward to seeing over the next couple of years. And obviously delighted for myself, the staff, the players to work with him. He's a fantastic young talent, probably one of the best in the country, and to have him commit his future to the club is remarkable. And looking forward to seeing how he develops over the next few years and watching him grow as a player.
Yeah, it's fantastic news for the club, Jay. I think when we signed Mason into the academy a couple of years ago, we knew what an incredible talent he was. When I went and kind of spoke to his parents and Mason, it was about kind of wanting this club to give him a platform to be the best player that he could possibly be, and I'm personally delighted that Mason has chose to continue that for the next number of years, because I think what we had set out to achieve together as a player and a club has come to fruition so far, so long may that continue.
Before you'd made your breakthrough with the first team, you'd seen other teammates in the academy playing for the first team, the likes of Ben McCormack and Sam Curtis and Adam Murphy, to name just a few from last year. There's a few more this year that have made debuts. There's a good piece recently on our Instagram after Anto made his debut last week. But you knew you were at a club that if you could perform and progress, that you would have a chance in the first team if your attitude was right and you were playing well.
Yeah, that was always the goal when I was coming here. I sat down with Gerald O'Brien and talked me through, and I felt like this was the place I wanted to be. That I have an opportunity here, and then obviously John gave me my debut, and ever since then I've just been flying, so really enjoying it. That's why happy to be here for the next 3 years.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. I think, as you said, for such a young player, he's got a lot of good attributes. He's got areas that we need to work on, and we'll focus on that and try to improve him in them areas. But his raw materials of what he has is exceptional for his age, and he's certainly a player that we're very much looking forward to. And as you said, he's already got goals to his name already in the first team, and I think his goals to minutes ratio will be very, very good. He's come off the bench quite a lot, so I think he's done really well, and looking forward to seeing him improve.
We've got some fantastic young players at this club, and so do others around the league. But what we try to offer the players is a different approach. We want them to kind of educate themselves here as footballers and as young men as well, because that's what we're trying to turn them into. And if they are lucky enough to get that opportunity a little bit later, as you said, because of Brexit, that they're more, I suppose, mature and ready to go over to the UK, and that they can go over there and they don't feel like they're going into a tough environment in senior football. And that's why we like to expose the young players as early as possible into a training programme similar to the first team. They get that from the academy, and then when they do get the opportunity from the first team's point of view, that they're able to go up and they're able to sit in the same dressing rooms as a Chris Forrester and a Joe Redmond and Jake Mulroney, and they're able to hold their own not only on the pitch but off the pitch as well, that they're mature. And that's exactly what we hope will kind of develop with Mason.
What do you remember about your first team debut, and I suppose 12 appearances so far and 3 goals plus of course the penalty in Derry as well?
Everything felt like it's gone so fast this season, like since my debut back in May I think it was. It's just been flying since then. My goals, being the youngest to score in the League One history, that was amazing. It's one of my greatest achievements that I've had. And then coming on against Derry to step up and take the penalty, I felt like I didn't feel any pressure from the lads. Like, the lads are all good like that. The likes of Gits and all. If you miss, it is what it is. But thankfully it went in and got us through to the next round.
And the feeling of the connection with the supporters as well, again, for someone so young, you're having the buzz of playing in front of 5,000 people here at Richmond a few weeks ago on your first start against Rovers, so some of the away games and even games where you didn't come on in, and you're getting to experience the crowds and the atmospheres and what the game is like, and touch wood, hopefully at the Aviva on Sunday as well. How has that been, and how have you enjoyed, I suppose, the crowds, the atmospheres and all that side of it?
Oh, it's been unbelievable. Like our fans have been like excellent this whole season. Like really enjoyed playing in front of them. Like all the lads, it gets us going. You really do. Like the fans, our away support this year has been unbelievable. Even up to 𝗬𝗘𝗟𝗏 and Derry, you've all been there the whole time. I think it's been great for me to come in and the fans know me and like help me on cheering, and then obviously against Rovers and sold out Richmond, playing that, the place was hopping, like it was unbelievable.
And in terms of now what you need to try and do over the next while, in terms of, you might talk a little now about kind of the hard work and the dedication and the attitude side of it and the practice and the training and the gym and all the stuff that being a full-time footballer here will give you, especially in light of, I suppose, Brexit and the fact that, you know, players your age now can't go to England so young, so you're going to be playing here for at least the next 3 years.
As you said, Brexit side of it, you can't go till you're 18 to England, but yeah, I think I just need to stay dedicated, keep on doing hard work, and everything be good, go the way I want to.
You'd want to be living under a rock to not have heard about Mason in the last kind of 12 months. We've been tracking him from his early days, as far back as when he was with St Joseph's Boys, who done an unbelievable job with him. He went on to play for Bray, and then we managed to sign him at the beginning of last season. And it's just been a fantastic journey, but not just for Mason, for all our young players. In Mason's situation, it's about a very young, talented player who we're trying to protect as much as we possibly can, because the noise that comes around, and you know, there's been so much stuff on social media, and so much false stuff on social media talking about the club, his parents, what nationality are the parents, and you're kind of reading this stuff and you just can't help but laugh. But that's what comes with talent. And I think the likes of 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, who's blazing the trail in England as a young top centre forward, an Irish centre forward, has kind of made a lot of people look and say, okay, what's the next player coming through? And Mason's ability and talent is giving him those opportunities to represent this country at higher levels than what his age dictates. And then to be around the first team and get that opportunity to play. Like, people will forget that Mason only turned 16 the end of September, so he's literally only on 16, which is incredible. And similar to the likes of Sam Curtis, who broke in quite young, he has a maturity and he has a presence about himself which is fantastic. He's a very modest young lad who's very quiet and loves football and wants to become a professional footballer, and that's something that he's now done. He signed his first long-term professional contract at the club, and what we're hoping to do is we're hoping to continue to develop Mason on and off the pitch over the next number of years, that please God he goes on and has a very, very successful career.
Yeah, I don't think age is a barrier at this football club, I really don't. I think if you're good enough, you're old enough. I've kind of always grown up with that, you know, and I think as a player myself, I was given an opportunity, should I say, at a very young age, and I think you know, it's my duty as a manager, as a coach, to do the same for players coming through. And I think, you know, we have got some talented young players in the academy, and it's a joy to actually see them come in and train and see how they handle themselves. And then once you see them on a daily basis and they're well able to, you know, handle that, it's then a case of you know, when you put them in the team and when you give them that opportunity. And as you said, there's been a number of players have got opportunities this year, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more next year.
When people look at that, and I've heard loads of different comments about players, it's not about giving players minutes on the pitch, it's about giving them the environment of trying to become a professional footballer, giving them that opportunity. And the thing about it is one thing that we've done really well is that if the players are good enough and the manager feels that they're ready to either drop in and out of the first team or play, then that will happen. That's what they're guaranteed at this football club. And that comes from alignment, Jay, right from the very top with the owner and the board from the football club, all the way down through the first team into the academy. But you know, what always gets overlooked, Jay, is the incredible work that the academy coaches do with these young players, trying to prepare them. You know, they all have unbelievable talent to be in St Pat's Academy in the first place, but trying to prepare them with the other stuff, you know, trying to understand what it takes to live your life properly off the pitch, you know, to eat properly, to sleep properly, to make sure that you're hydrated, to make sure that you're getting all your rest, you know, when to eat. All these things are educational things, and that's what our staff members at the club are absolutely fantastic for, right from when the boys come in at 13 years of age, right the way through up into under 19s. And being successful in our eyes has loads of different sides. So it's, yes, getting players into the first team, players playing international football, you know, winning trophies, absolutely, at underage football. But it's also developing young people as well, and having the skill set that if they don't become professional footballers, or if they don't become professional footballers at St. Pat's, that they can go on to other clubs, represent themselves, their parents, by understanding the development program that they went through in this academy. And it's fantastic. So today is a really, really good day. I'm absolutely delighted for the club that they've managed to secure a long-term deal for such a talented player. His parents and his family, we've got to know very closely over the last number of years as well. And it's great that they trust us because of the amount of noise that comes around. I think we're all, as I said, use that word again, aligned, and we know what we feel is best for Mason, and that's to just let him play football, let him be happy, and what will be will be.
Lastly, tell us about your family, your friends, the schoolboy coaches that you've worked with, the people who've helped you in your very young career so far. I know your mum and dad and your sister were so proud there when you were signing the contract and taking the pictures, and I'm sure your grandparents and, you know, your wider family are so proud of you, and they've all played a key role in your career so far.
My family has been huge for me. My mum, my dad, my sister, even, they've taken big sacrifices for me to be able to come up the Pats. Like, I don't live very close here, like the travelling and all, especially when I was in the academy, the times, the traffic, it's been really hard for us, but we've got through and still going, so they've took a big sacrifice. I'm really grateful for that. And then all my coaching that I've had, even in Pat's Academy, and then back to Joey's in Newtown, it's been unbelievable, like, and the support everyone has given me to come up to here. Really grateful for it.